Hey guys, it's your girl Latoya, and welcome to Thoughtful Thursdays with your girl Latoya. I was just sitting here thinking about how far I've come in my journey as a jeweler, gemologist, jewelry designer, and a multi-hyphenated, all of those things, woman. And I was just thinking about how far I've come in my journey and just how difficult it has been. But people have this preconceived notion that, your success is something that has happened overnight and that you didn't have any challenges or difficulties along the way. And I'm just here to say that that's absolutely not true. I mean, for me personally, this journey has been anything but easy. Okay. I moved my business about 10 different times. Yeah, true story. Yes, it's true. I moved my business probably about 10 times right off the top of my head that I can at least think of or even remember. And I did all of that while I was transitioning out of the military and back into civilian life, which was crazy. My dad was dying at the time. I was going through custody issues at the time. And I was a full-time college student. I had just started my business. I had so many different physical challenges just from my time in the military. And of course the mental weight of trying to do all of these things flawlessly was weighing on me a ton. So, there's so many different challenges that we all have, but we make it look easy. And maybe that's part of the problem. I think that we internalize how we feel about the business by putting out this beautiful polished front almost, that we have it all together because we don't want to emulate how we're feeling on the inside, on the outside. So we psych ourselves out by, putting ourselves together and, feeling like a baddie anyway, regardless if the day is good, bad, or indifferent. So there's that. But it's for me, I've had to have multiple side hustles just so that I can keep the business going. When you start a brand new business, I don't care how much money you have, you got to plan for some things to happen, And when it comes to money and having having access to money, and funding for your business can be very challenging for a female-led business, a person of color-led business, a veteran-owned business, so on and so forth. So for me, I've had to not only wear a lot of hats in my own business, I've had to wear a lot of hats, in my side hustles and trying to make sure that I keep the lights on, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, and to even have cash flow in the business. So it's been one challenge after another. And most people that start businesses don't move their businesses multiple times. And, shit happens. So, sometimes you just got to go with the flow. So when y'all see me over here promoting some of these brands, that I actually use in creating my art, just know that I'm just doing my thing. You know what I mean? It's okay to be an affiliate, for some brands and, help yourself out that way. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we use how many different type of branded products every day anyways. So getting a little kickback when somebody decides to click on your link to purchase whatever it is that you're using because they're oh, that's cool, I want to use that too. You're helping out the greater good because let's face it, these last 2 years have been brutal for a lot of businesses. And if you are a home-based business, come on. And if you're just now finding out about affiliate marketing and affiliate links, well, you're welcome because I didn't know until someone else told me. They said, hey, why are you always like wearing this product and like you're not like at least getting like some kind of kickbacks from it? And I said, oh, guess I never knew about that. Never thought about it. I did spend like 4.5 years of my life in the military. So, it's like my life was on pause, and then like I press play when I'm out and I'm like, oh, wait, what was I doing before that? Oh shit, I don't know. It's like having, what do you call that? Memory loss, that amnesia, that it's kind of like that. Okay. I don't know if any other veteran feels like that. I'm just going to say that I feel like that. So anyways, these are just some reflective thoughts for today, just thinking on Thursday. And I figured I would just go ahead and share with y'all what I was thinking about. The other thing I was thinking about is this. I remember when I was a little kid, and I remember all the dreams that I had and all the goals that I wanted to, accomplish. I was never really supported in that way. And even so, like, to the point where, like, when I got to high school, like, I really didn't care about my grades anymore. So I didn't do any homework because I was like, I'm too good to do homework. Basically, I'm like, if I'm participating in class, you already know I understand what the hell's going on, so leave me alone, right? Because I was like, I'm gonna be like the next Mariah Carey, I'm gonna be the next Janet Jackson, like I'm gonna be the next like bombest choreographer, like making the most best dance moves, all of that stuff. That's all I cared about, right? I just knew I was gonna be an artist when I grew up, and I didn't care about school. So then I realized when I was in choir, I could get signed out of classes by my teachers as long as I was like doing good in the class, like grade wise and work wise, that they would sign me out of class so I can, go to my performances that just so happened to be during class time. So here's the problem though. My teacher signed me out anyway. Like even if I was flunking the class, they signed me out anyway. So they didn't give it, and I didn't. So if they didn't care, why should I care, right? So I was doing what I wanted to do, right? I was in theater, I was in choir, I was working at the Renaissance Fair in town, I was making my own clothes, I was like, like doing all kinds of cool hairstyles. I wasn't wearing wigs or weaves yet. Not yet. But I was just doing my own thing, like, that's just, I knew I was going to be like doing something creative. So that was just my goal in life. And then when it came to like junior year, I realized I was flunking out of school, like majorly hard. Like the only classes that I ever managed to pass was, what was it? It was choir, French, and PE. Those are the only classes that I like seem to get decent grades in. And like literally I still have my final report card. And I decided I was going to go to continuation high school. So I went home. I asked my grandma what she thought about it. She said, okay. We met with my principal. We met with the new principal. And next thing you know, I was in a brand new school my junior year. Like I left everybody behind. So here I was starting at this brand new school with like nobody that I really knew, until like a couple of people from my old high school had like showed up, and I was like, oh, okay. But they were like kind of bad. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't bad. I just didn't really want to do the schoolwork because I thought it was just a waste of time because I already understood what the heck was going on. I wanted to spend all my time creating. So that's what I did. And I was still dancing. Because dancing is in my blood. I ended up flunking out the first 3 years of high school. I go to continuation high school on my own merit, and I ended up graduating earlier than my previous high school class. Like, that's no joke. I ended up graduating 3 months early, and I graduated third in my class. So I made up all 3 years, and then did my whole senior year. And flew through that senior year. Like, I just wanted to hurry up and get it done and over with. Like, I just had this, like, epiphany one day. And I just remember looking out of I'm cold, sorry. I'm, like, shivering because it's flipping cold. I weigh, like, 2 pounds, and it's, like, freaking cold all the time. Okay, if it's not like 99 degrees, I'm always freezing. So I remember talking to my high school education counselor, and I remember the day that she said I was done with school. That was March 6, 2001. Like, damn, that was a while ago. However, I remember when she told me, like, I had finished with 6 A's and 1 B, and I still remember that stupid B that teacher gave me. I had her for like 3 classes, and I don't know why she gave me a B for one of those classes. I was like, that's ridiculous. But anyway, I had a really high GPA, and I went from like a 1.47 GPA to like 3 point whatever it was, and graduated third in my class. And I was so excited, and I was so proud of myself because I did all of the hard work and all the heavy lifting and took accountability for my own actions, you know? It was such a long journey for me. And I remembered on the day that I was walking across the stage, we had purple cap and gowns. Okay, so my love for purple has been running deep since I was like a wee child, okay? And I had like this purple dress. Anyways, we're going to stay on topic. So anyways, I remember walking across the stage, and they like did this little speech about me. And I had to do a little speech or whatever. And they were talking about how I had been accepted into the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, which, if you don't know, that's like my alma mater, okay? That was my dream school. I got into the school, and that was like forever and a half ago, right? And I ended up dropping out. I did, to get married and become a mother. I did do that. However, I finished 12 years later. And I remember at the time it was like really bittersweet, but I knew it was something that that was part of my journey, and I welcomed it with open arms. And I figured, you know, if it was meant to be, it will come back and I will finish. And what ended up happening was I ended up going into the military, where I ended up getting married, had a child, got divorced. I joined the military. I deployed to Afghanistan for a year and found my passion, or like refound my passion for jewelry while I was deployed to Afghanistan, which is like, talk about full circle moments, you know what I mean? And even when I said that, you just saw like this like crazy flash of like the light. Yeah, and I'm just facing a window right now. That was kind of wild. I still remember the stone that like made me go, oh yeah, I love jewelry. And if I am going to end up getting, you know, medically separated out of the military, which was something that was on the table at the time I got injured while I was in Afghanistan, I figured, let me start thinking about the things that I will be able to physically do with the injuries that I have, you know, already incurred while, you know, serving my country. And when I saw that lapis lazuli stone, I mean, it was like a mass of rock. It was like, ram, ram, like right in your face, you know? And I said, wow, like I remembered, you know, that I loved jewelry and how it made me feel and how it made other people feel when they bought my jewelry. And I said, this is it. And I remember sitting there typing on my computer, like the best jewelry schools in the United States. And at the time, like before I was deployed, I was living in Fairbanks, Alaska. So, you know, of course, I naturally looked at the University of Alaska Fairbanks to see what kind of jewelry programs they had there first, because I didn't want to leave Alaska. It's like, that was my happy place, you know. It was like the first place that I had ever lived, like as, you know, as an adult that I felt like was home. And so, but then, you know, obviously things changed because I didn't want to stay there without my child, but that's a whole different story for another day. And so I ended up coming back to California because I found out in my search while I was in Afghanistan that FIDM like was a school that had offered jewelry design and metalsmithing. And I said, oh my gosh, like, I wonder if I can go back to FITM. I wonder if I can change my major and like see if I can re-enroll in like this school in a new program. Next thing you know, I'm on the phone with Miss Patty Martinez. And I remembered her just kind of laughing when I told her I was calling from Fairbanks, Alaska, and that I was going to get in my car with my cat, and I was driving from Alaska back to California, and I wanted to start FITM right away. And she just kind of laughed in my face over the phone and didn't really believe that I was going to do this. It was like a far-fetched, right? And of course, the very next week, I'm in her office, and I said, hey, I'm Latoya Boyd from Alaska. I'm the veteran that you spoke to. And she just was like completely floored. And I remembered her saying, wow, I remembered when you called. I didn't really think that you were that serious. And I said, I was as serious as could be. And, I actually told her, I said, I get a lot of people not believing me when I say I'm going to do something. And I know myself. I know that no matter what it is that seems completely out of reach to someone else, I know that it does sound completely insane. And if it sounds insane, then I definitely should dive headfirst into it, because that's just the person that I am. That's always been my personality. If people tell me no, I'm going to show up and I'm going to show you out real quick. And that's just that, don't tell me I can't do something, because I'm going to show you that I can, and then some, so it is what it is. I am so fortunate to have been able to work with Miss Patty Martinez. She was a dream to work with, and getting all of my veteran student aid in orders to make sure that I was meeting all of my goals and deadlines. For real. So if you're someone that's thinking about going to FITM and you're a veteran, I would definitely talk to Miss Patty Martinez. She is a dream. So, I just wanted to, kind of give some reflective thoughts on just the journey that I've been on in the last 8 years or so. Since I became a business owner, and, the challenges that come along with that. I don't think a lot of people realize just how, challenging it is, and how much energy it requires for you to run a successful business and make sure that you are still self-caring so that you can continue to have a business. You can't run yourself in the ground, because there won't be a business. And, even though other people didn't believe in me, I always believed in me, which was and still is the most important thing, right? Is me believing in me. And that's what I want you all to take away from this Thoughtful Thursday reflective thoughts with your girl Latoya, is no matter what anybody else has to say about you or your dreams or your goals in life, make sure that you believe in them, because that's all that really matters. And you doing the work and you putting your best foot forward every step of the way, no matter what the heck comes, up, or, whatever life throws at you, or whatever's going on around you, just make sure that you continue to believe in yourself, and you continue to work towards those dreams and goals, and you don't stop no matter what. Okay, so forever believing yourself, and say to hell with everyone else. Okay, maybe that was a little bit extreme, but y'all know what I mean when I say just continue to keep your eye on your prize or prizes, which are your goals, your dreams, your hopes, and all of these things that you've been thinking about your whole entire life. Make those things happen, do them for you, because you matter, and make sure that you spend plenty of time checking in with yourself and making sure that you're doing okay. You know what I mean? Making sure that you go take a bubble bath or go for a bike ride or go for a walk outside. If you like to go hiking, go do that. If you love to go read a book, read a book. Do something that makes you feel good. Giving yourself, a little bit of self-care, scheduled out. That's what I recommend, is always keeping that like Bible, okay? Like, make sure that you are dedicated to. So stay true to you, and make sure that you take care of your mental, your physical, your emotional, your financial, and of course, the most important, your spiritual health. I don't know if I said that already. If I did, you understand why I said it twice, because it's super duper duper important to connect with spirit and with yourself. I love you guys so much. Happy Thursday. And so much love and grace to you and your loved ones. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.